Yo, what's good everybody? And today I'm going to be showing you basically every single sneak peek that we've gotten in RuneSlayer and additional stuff that we've found from other sources. Now, go ahead and going off the first things that are really old by now but are new in the update are the actual weapons. Now, the first one that we have is the Arachnid Staff. This is a very new model. It looks super clean, a lot better than what the old Arachnid Staff was. It was very choppy, didn't look that well. As well as I'm pretty sure this is the Elder Great Shield. I'm pretty sure it was basically the shield that nobody got because it was outshined by, I think, the other Great Shield that was just a lot better. And basically nobody used this shield because one, I think it was just bad, and two, it didn't look that well, or it didn't look that good. So this looks really good now, and then this is an image of both of them actually in the game, and they both look really clean. Like I personally believe that looks really clean compared to what they were before. It's I'll put them like what they look like on screen, but compared to what they looked like before, they look so much more improved. Now the next one that we have are, I'm pretty sure these are the Asura gauntlets. Now, I could be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure they're Asura gauntlets. Or they could be new gauntlets altogether, because this is a new sneak peek that was released. However, these were also released as well, and they are another form of gauntlets that are somewhat similar. They look really like new and look a lot better than what the current weapons are in the game. And these could also just be the reworked Asura gauntlets, who knows. And then this is another picture of it that's actually in game, and these look really sick in game. These, compared to the other one that I just showed, I think these ones might either be just an improvement to the Asura gauntlets, and this one was the first initial design, or maybe they're just two different weapons and we just don't know that yet. Now the next one is a great axe that is either a rework of a weapon or a completely new weapon. Now the rework of the weapon that it could either be the Cataclysm weapon, or it could be the Ruby Reaver. However, I don't really think it could be either of them, because they just don't fit that category of that weapon. Like, that weapon seems very just new. Like, it wouldn't fit into anything we've had so far, except like the Lich King. But other than that, if we have that, we would have 3 red and gray axes in the game, which is kind of, you know, a little bit not pleasant, because it's just, you're kind of seeing the same thing but just in different fonts 3 separate times. But it's so cool to see that we have a new weapon. Now, this is a longsword that got posted in the sneaks, and this longsword does have a little skull on like the little hilt of it. And I'm not sure if this is a rework of a weapon or if this will just be a completely new one. Hopefully it will just be a completely new weapon, so we can have a lot more diversity in the weapons that we get in the new game, or once the game comes out. So that's pretty cool as well. And then the last weapon that we actually have is in this sneak right here, and this is obviously a crazy great sword. It looks really awesome, really sick. The character right here looks also really amazing to see. And in the background, there's actually there's a large snow dragon, it seems like, in this big open expanse area. And I'm assuming this is in the Tundra because of the environment around it. So maybe this is a actual boss that we have to fight in the actual Tundra update. Alright, and now for the actual mapped sections. We're going to go ahead and looking at the beach expansion first. Now for this first screenshot, it looks like a really large island, and I'm pretty sure I remember where this was. Not this actual island, but in the background there was that very large pillar in the air, and that's like something you could never interact with. But I'm pretty sure that was like off the shore of the beach, so I'm pretty sure that this island will be going to the beach. You have to sail across the water to actually get to this island, and it'll be like a little bit farther away from the mainland. And then going ahead and looking at the video of all the mob leaks, we can see all the different environmental beach animals and mobs that we'll see in the update. And looking at all of these are really cool to see. I mean, obviously having these large enemies, so comparing it to the actual person in these little teasers is such a good reference to see how big these mobs are and how we will actually be facing them in the game when the Rune Slayer comes back out. It's gonna be really interesting to see how these water animals are gonna work when this game is mainly all land-based PvP, or PvE at least. And then next we're gonna go ahead and look at all the Tundra leaks. Now the first Tundra leak that we got was this big area with a gate. Now this looks so much like Rogue Lineage. This looks just like Ores Falls, where you like have that big gate that opens up and leads you into the Tundra. Now I don't think this is the same situation here. This gate looks like it leads into some sort of ice cavern, I'm pretty sure, at least from what I'm seeing. So it's nothing like Rogue Lineage, but just seeing this environmentally looks so cool. Like it's just so aesthetically pleasing to see something like this in a game that we haven't even explored yet. I hope that the Tundra exploration is crazy. And now looking at the second one, we have another sneak peek of the Tundra environment, and we can see kind of like a broken castle walkway. There's a little structure over here at the top that's kind of blended into the sky, and this is just really cool to see how there's going to be actual structures in the Tundra that we can interact with. But this sneak is really cool just to see the whole environment situation. And then in the third one, which is something we've already seen, is just the same dragon picture with that big greatsword in the back. Now I can edit this picture so we can get a better image of this dragon and how large it is. But this is going to be such a cool boss fight. If it is a boss fight, I'm assuming it is. But who knows? Maybe it's a live event. Maybe it's some sort of dialogue that we have to do. But who knows? And then obviously we have a Tundra teaser of an actual boss that is in the update. Now this boss looks really sick. It kind of looks like just like a snow lion, kind of. It looks like some sort of snow thing in here. And obviously there's also a samurai here. This is the new samurai class that is going to be coming into the game. So this is really cool to see this as well. Just a samurai class that we can be able to expect in the new update. And then going to the last few map teasers, we have the actual guild base. Now this is such a great revamp of the old guild base. Hopefully this isn't like just a new insert into what the old guild bases were. Like just keep the old guild bases the same. Hopefully this is the new guild base that's in the Tundra. Like maybe this is the area in that old sneak that we just saw in the Tundra where you have to climb up and you go in that castle with those little walkways across. Maybe this is the new kind of guild hall or guild base for us, and this will be such a cool thing to see with all the mission boards and all the stuff that we can go through. And we can also see mobs right here. I didn't even notice this, but there's actually like a rat here, like from the rat plague spell that you can actually summon the rats. So this could be really cool if there's actual like mob interactions inside of these places, and it's not just like NPCs that are spawning in the wild. Like having some running around rats in the guild base would be really cool to see. That could be a great addition to the game. Now the other things that we have here are kind of like extras. I didn't know where to put them in the video, but they're kind of like castles in, I'm assuming this is kind of like the island, like in the beach expansion. I'm assuming this is kind of like part of the islands, and in both of these pictures it's like sort of like deserted. This is obviously seeming like a boss arena or a boss place to spawn, and you can see in the background right here that this connects to the same picture because it has those same spikes in the back, having that opening in the bottom of the actual building. So this is obviously a connection from this little flat plane here with all these spikes going into this little deserted castle from what it seems. And then right here we actually have a sneak peek of all the developers dancing, and obviously it has that nice Assumption song. It's like a little groovy song. However, looking at the map of this, if we analyze the actual map and what's going around it, this looks like it's in the Tundra because of all the floating particles. But this is such a cool addition that might not be even a part of Tundra. This could be some completely new place, because this seems like such a large area. Like this is like Stone City, it seems like. This is like a huge place, you know? And this would be a really cool place to see, not even a part of the Tundra or the beach, if this was some extra place that we could go to. Another expansion part of the game. Maybe this is part of the dungeons, who knows? We don't know. But that's just another sneak peek that we got. Alright, and next we have the dungeon leaks. Now, all these dungeon leaks look really ominous. The lighting on them are, I think it's, me personally, I think that lighting on all this stuff is a little bit too dark. But besides that, everything looks great here. In this first image, it looks like all these pillars going down this long hallway. Second one right here, this is seemingly where the teaser was for all the mobs. And I'll be showing that in a second here. But these dungeon things look absolutely amazing. These maps look great. And I personally think that having these dungeons in the game, I'm assuming they're instance dungeons, but it's just really cool to see what they're actually be like in game. And then obviously we have all the catacombs monsters, which is what the new dungeons is called. It's called the catacombs. And this is obviously some sort of rat. It looks like some rat warrior right here. This is like a Minecraft piglin, it seems like, some pig brute. And then the last one that we have here is a giant centipede. That looks really, really cool to see. And having these be in the hallways of the dungeon make me assume that you have to kill them, you know, to get past them and then go to the next layer or the next set of the dungeon that you need to go to. So I personally think that these mobs, hopefully there's a little bit more, it's just not these three. I'm assuming it's not just these three, but hopefully this will be such a cool update and a cool experience to like go into and explore. And for the last one, we have some sort of queuing system. Now I'm assuming these are the actual game modes that we were teased at. And obviously right here, we have 3 game modes saying Capture the Flag, Conquest, and War Games. And I'm assuming that this will be a great end game for guilds, because in RuneSlayer before it shut down, there was basically no end game. Like, you only grinded for more stuff. And with this will be such a great thing. If you ever played Rogue Lineage, you know how Conquest is. You know how fun it is to play that. And if you are a Deepoken fan, it's going to be basically Conquest, but better from Deepoken, even though Conquest and Deepoken isn't out. This will basically be the Conquest that we've never gotten for Deepoken. And Capture the Flag is obviously a very cool game mode. And War Games, where it's just like a team deathmatch, whoever kills each other most wins. That would just be a cool PvP game mode. So it's not strategy compared to like Conquest and Capture the Flag. But these will also be a super cool thing to see in the new update. Alright, and that's basically it, guys. That's the whole RuneSlayer sneak peeks that we've gotten and additional stuff. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe, because I will be grinding the game hella when it comes out. And I will see y'all on the next one. See you.